Yo, yo, yo. Alright, let's see. Who's all in here? Damn, you guys already got us to 20 likes. What's going on? Who is in here? Good morning, Eric, Jacob, Brady, Divert, JB, Shane, Peoples, Evis, Foul, Jay, Steve, Charlie E, Josh, Tulip, Jazz, Ryan. Good morning, John. What's up, Mel, SF, Ace, Brian, King, Other King, Afghani Mafia. How's everyone doing? What's up, Shadow? What's up, Creator? Good morning, good morning, good morning. 35 likes. What are y'all doing? This is the quickest y'all have ever done that. What's up, Jay? What's up, Mac? Alright, let's run through the levels real quick because market opens in 3 minutes. I'm too slow. And then I'll join the voice chat. We'll see who else joins. But hold up, before I move to the bigger time frame. So, bigger levels to look at for smaller time frame above 413.75. That would be about the yesterday high. You also have 414.25, so keep an eye on that. So watch out for those for two upside levels. To the downside, you have a short-term downside level at the previous day close at 412.60, and then you have a better, more modern level to the downside at 411, which is at the bottom of this lower blue zone. Again, this is kind of at the other intraday level from Friday, where we had this high of day and we went down to this open, and this is where they kind of had that reversal before re-breaking, holding on top, moving higher, recreating this as demand. So if we take a dip, this is most likely where we're going, and if we can hold this area, this actually could be a potentially strong area intraday wise for bounces. So if we end up getting a dip, watch this area here, or even the lows of extended hours. And then two, watch for that break above. It's essentially what we're looking at for both upside and downside. I've talked to you about the 411 to the downside, the open range breakout right here, and then we have the potential scenario again of getting short-term bounces off the top of this area or the bottom of extended hours. So we'll potentially watch for those three different scenarios. Again, we could also just catch ourselves in a range between these two blue areas, so we'll see if that ends up happening. I don't think that's going to happen today, but we'll see. Jump back out to the bigger time frame. This is that UN chart. I don't know why we called it UN. I think it was for untitled, but this is the chart we all did together. And last week we had a bit of a correction, so we ended up hitting a resistance going into the beginning of that week with a very, very strong potential seller pattern. Again, we had a wick on top, a nice small body. They couldn't get past that previous day's high or previous day's close for a good strong close of their own. Next day got a lower open entirely, again wiping out that previous day. Bearish kicker, evening star at supply. That's not looking good, and they closed under the 9. They ended up going down and retesting that recent low, and then Friday we got a bullish kicker taking us right back up to the smack dab. It was kind of the middle of the range. We ended up finishing kind of top of the middle of the range. So we'll be seeing if we end up getting a push into supply again for another seller move, or if we're going to end up breaking this move here, or vice versa, we don't break it at all. We end up just moving lower in general. So we'll see what happens. Again, there's a couple different scenarios on both sides of the story there. At all times, you should look at the chart and say, what are bulls doing? What are bears doing? And what do they want? Again, always point out both sides of the story. Let's join the voice chat right before the market opens. So if any nerds want to join in here, they can. Again, these are all mods. So if you guys hear anybody talking, these are moderators or traders in my chat. Good morning, though. Good morning, though. Good morning, though. Hope you guys are enjoying the song. I'll give you all a different one now. There we go. Good morning, TMS. Good morning, Foul. You're waiting for CPI. Good morning, Don't Fight Trend. Oh, you did say you'd be back, man. How you doing?
Good morning, everybody. Let's hurry up and wait.
Yo, what's up, Devin? You hear me?
Yeah, ready for
Okay.
Money Monday.
I didn't know if my headset was on.
I was just adjusting my...
All right, and here is the economic calendar for the week, everybody. I will drop the link to it, so if you don't know how to get to it, here you go. These are all the news for the week. Again, guys, Wednesday, a big day. We got CPI report coming out. Thursday, you have jobless claims. And on Friday, you have consumer sentiment. These are three very big potential days, as well as having PPI on Thursday and a couple Fed speakers spread out across the week. So be very careful about that. And there are still a few decent earnings this week as well. Not as big market weights as the past 2 weeks, but you do still have some important earnings left and right. But I hope you guys enjoy the breakdown. Sorry we didn't get to go through the tickers and the sectors and the watch list yet, but it's all there in front of you as well as with chart links. So if you want to add those to your TOS, you can. I'm going to zoom in. I actually want to cover the 410. Yeah. So watch this right it open. We'll see what goes on. What's up, Jazz? What's up, Andreas? Good morning to everybody. Thank you guys for over 50 likes already. You guys are very, very crazy. Love you all. We'll go through a couple of the weights and a couple of the sector weights here in a moment. I want to give the market a little bit of time to open up, and then we can actually analyze what's going on. It does look like we're getting a short-term pullback on SPY as an overall, though.
Looks like comms are trying to move to the upside a little bit. Netflix and Google.
Apple having a weird open. Few indecisive opens. Amazon, nice green candle. Tesla, very nice pullback so far. Google, good pop. Meta, good pop. Netflix, good pop. That's the, like you said, that's the only sector with a consistently good pop across each of its weights. XOK. Oh, healthcare took a fat dive at open. Financials have a nice wick. Comms really need to get past that previous day high on their chart. Staples took a drop at open. Energy, utilities, base. Okay. Really more focused on XLK than any of the sectors, but it is important to see what XLV, XLY, XLF, and XLC are doing. Comms, financials, discretionary, healthcare, and then tech. Still getting a decent pullback, nothing too crazy yet. It's also just the first 5 minutes of the day. This came in. Sophie CEO Anthony Noto just filed for his purchase of 30,000 more shares of Sophie or SoFi stock at an average cost of $5.12 per share. Good morning, Mohammed. Good morning, JLab. Good morning, Sinful. Keegan. Good morning. Good morning. Glad to have each and every one of you in here. I know English, not one of my strong suits.
It's Monday. You're just warming up.
We have broken previous day close. I would like to throw that out there. For short-term info, we have broken a bigger time frame level. We exited the supply of high of day from Friday in pre-market, and now we're breaking previous day close. Can the next 5-minute candle retake previous day close, or will this keep us under 412.60s? Like I said, this is a good short-term short level, but it's only been the first 10 minutes, so I wouldn't go too buck wild yet. Good morning, Gio. Good morning, For Profit. And thank you guys for the overwhelming support on the latest video that Devin posted on the YouTube. That was a very, very awesome amount of likes that we have already. I think it's like 70 plus likes. You guys blew up that video. Good stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it.
If you guys have any like specific topics that you would like me to cover or talk about, feel free to DM me or tag me and let me know what they are. I'm willing to go over whatever. I just need to know what you guys want to hear.
I'm gonna go back through some of the weights now. See, Apple's still just kind of there, nothing crazy. AMD looking a lot uglier after they went up, tapped that level above, wicked all the way back down, and now they're selling under today's open. Microsoft taking a hit as well as they crack pre-market low. Let's see if they can retake that. Nvidia very indecisive at open, kind of similar to Apple, same for Amazon. Tesla took a dive all the way to previous day high, and they're trying to hold above that 170.79. Google trying to hold above their previous day high. Meta trying to get above their previous day open. They're still under previous day close. A little bit of a gray area between those two levels. And Netflix, out of all of them, really still holding really well. Very high above previous day close and previous day high and the bigger time frame level at 324. Which I think we've been calling this 324 out for a few weeks now. They just keep bouncing around this level. Very impressive. Looks like we got a seller reaction. We're going to buy a reaction. First 10 minutes. Doing its best. Let's go to this. This is like the epitome of the first 10 minutes. You get a red candle and then a green candle. And we're in the same spot. As you guys can see, our daily average volume over the last 30 days has cracked below 80 million, which, if you guys remember a few months ago, we were kind of getting used to seeing ourselves above 100 million volume per day. So market as a whole has seen a pretty large amount of volume exit the markets. Again, this number tracks the last 30 days volume, counts it up, divides it, and that's how we get our average. Tracks today's, and you can see what percentage of the average is today's volume. You have open price, previous day high, previous day low, previous day close, and previous day open. Disney is beaning. What does that mean? Oh, okay, that's what that means. Yeah, Disney is flying. Let's see what they got above them. 104, 105 area seems to be pretty big, and there's a gap filled there.
Is that just straight price action, or is that some news?
It looks like they have run up right before earnings. They even had a gap up on Friday, or from Friday, sorry.
You must think earnings are going to be hot.
Man, I was hyping up that new Star Wars anime or cartoon or whatever. It's like season 2 of it on Disney Plus. Man, it was complete dog water.
Oh, they did that to you?
First season was so good. Second season, whew, not even close.
Man.
It's like, alright, maybe I should just stop the whole Star Wars direction. I should just find something new.
You got 30 seconds on the 10-minute candle. Looks like it's about to finish around the midpoint of the pre-market high to pre-market low.
They rejected today's open in 9 EMA on the 5-minute and SPY. Nothing crazy yet, though. About to close this candle finally.
Berkby really getting it going. Not as much. See if JPM can get over 138 and help financials. Berkby's doing its own thing.
Green candlestick. Are you referring to like the very first episode of the first season? There was like 4 or 5 from the first season that was like really good, and then everything else was like eh. And then the second season just entirely unwatchable unless you're showing your child. Yeah, that black and white one, that's the one I was thinking of too. Yep. That one was sick. Again, guys, watching for a possible pullback under this previous day's supply. We seem to be rejecting today's open. Until proven otherwise, we are getting a short-term pullback. So I would look for us to either crack above today's open, crack above 9 EMA, get into this area, try to hold above it, maybe get some support on it, some consolidation. That could turn this area super, super bullish. If we end up maintaining what we're doing right now, though, we're probably getting a slow pullback to the lower parts of extended hours, most likely this 411.70 area. We'll see, though. These are the two scenarios in front of us from the open, everybody. Whether you like it or not. Again, always point out bullish and bearish scenarios. Therefore, when you're taking your position, it's not as a biased trade. You're just getting into what you're seeing. You're reacting to the facts. You're not reacting to your emotions. Did you go work out this morning, Devin?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Did some stretching. I like that stretching pull thing. The thing really loosening up my shoulders. I should be able to get under the squat bar like a normal person here pretty soon.
It's not your fault.
Let's see here. It's gonna be a 30-minute candle type of day. I'm not feeling it. Last handful of decent earnings this week for the most part. Earnings season's pretty much done.
Yeah, like big weights of SPY wise. There are still some like decent recognizable names, but yeah, weight of the market wise, definitely not as many. You have Disney and PayPal this week. Those are pretty big. That's about it. There's a bunch of energy. There's a bunch of EV this week.
What do you mean, dog? There's Krispy Kreme, dog. That's the most important one.
Oh, on Thursday, yeah, I saw that.
Gotta make sure
that dude, if you watch my member video, that's literally the first one I mention is Krispy Kreme.
Things are dangerous.
Good morning, Alexis. Glad to have you. Oh, facts.
See if XOM's gonna get over 111 or if it's gonna reject. It's getting a nice push up here. That's good for energy. Is everybody watching, thinking? You guys are kind of quiet this morning. Everybody awake? You guys need to do 10 jumping jacks, a couple push-ups. Throw some water on your face. Coffee hasn't hit yet. Would you hit Andre? Get you some squats in the day, some chest press. Hit the bike. It's starting to just made a quick new low in the day here.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah. Really low volume, so nothing. I don't know, not much volume.
I have seen though Apple has struggled in the same spot too. They haven't made a new low. I did see that AMD did produce a new low. Microsoft kind of back in range. They were looking a little uglier right before that. Nvidia did dip a lot lower. Amazon, Tesla, both at a very decent spot. Wait, hold up. What is Amazon at? Why did I draw? Oh, it's from previous day. I'm like, what the hell am I looking at here? Hold up, let's rechart Amazon. I don't have it charted correctly. That's why I was looking at it this morning. I was like, damn, this chart's ugly. Yeah, because I didn't finish charting it. There we go. That looks a lot better. That makes a lot more sense. And you got one here as well. Alright, yeah, so they're at a very crucial spot, guys. Watch for them to crack this potential low here at 104.70. That would be a big no-no. At the same time, you can combine that with the Tesla analysis, which keeps putting me in the wrong chart as well. Previous day high has already been cracked. I'd watch for them to crack 170 flat, though. That's a bigger time frame level. It also lines up with just under the previous day close, and also a very important pivot point on the intraday time frame. So if those could both crack at the same time, that would be a potentially good drop on the XLY sector, which is very important to the SPY chart. So keep that on watch. I would also look to see if healthcare, just because they took such a nasty fall, I would look to see if they can defend this previous day low or not. And if not, and it does keep making new lows, that's going to be bearish for SPY. And if you see XLK not defend 150.50, or even really just this demand that's right here, where they kind of reverse short term, I'd really just highlight that area. Again, bottom of that candle, the top of that candle, kind of covering the lows right here as well, the higher lows. If it ends up cracking that, that is not a good sign for SPY. So if those all can line up, that is what will bring down SPY. If not, until proven otherwise, we will be building base, consolidating, and possibly even moving higher over the short term. But we're not so far. We're still just pulling back. Like I said, a lot of those charts are pulling back still, but just kind of in the short-term future, look out for that possible scenario.
Right at the pre-market low, volume coming in now. Did a little over 2 minutes on this next 10-minute candle.
Alright, let's catch up to y'all. TSN dying today. Is that the Taiwan? No, that's TSM, right? What's TSN? Oh, Tyson Foods. No, that's TXN.
Did they lose some more chickens?
That's disgusting, dude. 12%. Sheesh. Coffee hasn't hit yet. The only thing softer than a Krispy Kreme donut is me when I look at that ticker. Jesus. Got a good gym session ready for the week. Love to hear it, Andre. 412.50 holding. Good morning, Jack. What's up, another ninja? Push day in a 30-minute run. Good stuff, Andre. Getting that blood pumping. Charlie said SPY's going under 200 EMA on the 3-minute.
Every time you say Charlie, that Charlie bit my finger just plays in my head.
I thought you were going to say Charlie Benzinga, I won't lie.
No.
Tesla's still defending 170.70, previous day highs.
Google just had a nice bounce. See if it goes and makes a new high.
Ripcord said, for a big food producer like TSN, Tyson, to report numbers this bad is no good. Food producers have generally done well. Tickers like CAG, General Mills, and Kellogg have done well. Good morning, John. Unless you're just saying GM. Which I haven't checked this chart in a fat minute. That looks just like Tyson Foods' 5-minute chart.
I was getting another push here. Meta's not participating as much. Netflix is making new highs. Google's back over yesterday high. Oh man, Sand Dollar had the donuts. See, that's why we gotta move in with Sand Dollar. Making a new low here on the new 10-minute candle.
Bro, he could just fly you wherever you want, whenever you want. Whenever he's not working, of course. Yo, good stuff, Mel. Not the chicken nuggies. LLY daily looking real nice for a pullback. I was gonna say, is that Eli Lilly? Ooh, that chart's been killing it. Could definitely look at that. I remember the last one that Ripcord talked about for that needed to pull back was Cat when it hit its high at 266. I remember that a long time ago. Or not a long time ago, actually. That was beginning of the year. But still, I remember you getting... I think I remember you getting in kind of early. Like, you got in, like, here or something. You held through, like, a couple days, and then I remember it pulled back nasty for you, and you got really, really nice gains. Or maybe it was even this one. It was one of these two highs. Either way, that was a clean swing. Alright, go back to the intraday time frame. Seem to be slowing down a little bit after that nasty pullback. By nasty, I really mean calculated. That's a really nice pullback again to go kind of where we talked about extended hours low, or even that 411.70 area where the top of that potential demand is sitting. So I wouldn't be surprised if people are starting to pick up longs again, just to go back and take it into a potential rejection of 412.60 and 9 EMA on the 5-minute.
It looks like a potential 3-bar play on the 10-minute trying to play out. We just gotta see if it's gonna pop.
Potential 3-bar play in the 2-minute. Good looks. And yeah, yo, really nice trade, Daffy. I didn't want to bother you while you were in it, but really, really nice trade. He got into Tesla puts, SPY puts after the creation of this green candle. Or towards the end of that candle, actually got in at 8:39. A decisive candle in the 5-minute. Triple Q possible test at 320.80 on the 5-minute chart. Could call out Alexis. Eyeing that gap on Eli Lilly around 411. Good looks, Ripcord. Mel, I don't know what you're saying. Are you casting a spell on me? 411.99, huge area I am watching. Good looks, Daffy. Bueller. I'm gonna get new music for y'all. Also, Bueller plays the same playlist again.
Just play it in a different order. It's a different vibe. Definitely flying.
Yeah, I actually just looked over and I saw a 1 point something %, and I was like, hold up, what? Tesla getting a nice hold of 170.80 still. Nice rejection of 9 EMA so far. That's really what they're stuck in between is 9 EMA 5 minute, 170 70s. And it's really 170 flat you want to look out for. Amazon's still defending that short-term area we just recharted together on stream. Nvidia getting some indecisive candles. They're also pulling up to 9 EMA. Microsoft seems to be trying to catch that as well. Apple not really helping out. Just kind of sitting there. Let's see if healthcare kept pulling back or not. Again, that was a notable drop at the open. Same for tech. They're right at that bottom of that area. Keep an eye on tech and healthcare, guys. I'm telling you, this is how you get your direction short term. Discretionary also at a key level. Alright, let's go back to SPY. Actually, let's go back to that unchart. I want to see what the daily time frame looks like with how we opened today. So we did open a hair higher, which we kind of anticipated. I would have assumed a little bit higher than this because this is almost not notable at all. So yeah, honestly, previous day highs is what bulls are looking for short term. Or we can go to a different chart. Clear that. Short term, this is essentially what bulls are looking for. The break of this day's meat of the close, that day's high, really for more bulls to potentially show up. Maybe to go test this high over here. Maybe go fill that gap there. Maybe go test the meat of that high. So there's a couple levels to the upside. And then to the downside, you gotta, like, honestly, here, let me do the fib real quick. From open and close of that candle, you got the meat of this candle. If it'll let me click. For a possible pullback, so about 410.80, a little bit under. This day's open, you got this gap fill. So you got into the smaller time frame. Essentially, these are the levels you have from short-term price action. So even if you're charting differently, you should still be getting similar levels to me. Nice, that 50% lines up with 9 EMA on the day. I know it's crazy how that lines up with different things here and there. Some days it's the halfway point of a candle. Some days it's the beginning of a really, really strong bullish candlestick or bearish candlestick. It's pretty crazy how that lines up a lot. One of the few indicators I don't mind, the 9 EMA. Middle VWAP isn't bad. I know a few of you guys like that. The different EMAs on the shorter side of things, totally fine. I know a couple of y'all use double confirmation. You like VWAP? Meta potential H and S. Head and shoulder on the 5 minute. Could call out Jacko. Speaking of CAT, I had another rejection off that 218. Support resistance at level proves to be a huge pivot point time and time again. Mental trading at the moment, observing and soaking up knowledge. And hey, good stuff, Alexis. That's all you need to do right now. I think that's what a lot of people really need to be focused on. Is visualizing. It's not always about taking, 50 trades a day. And if you're someone who can tell me that you take more than, let's say, if you take more than 10 trades a week, raise your hand, and that right there already shows that you're different than the people who are taking 50 trades a week. There's tons of people who take way too many trades a week thinking that repetition through entering more will help, when in fact, repetition through visualizing more is what's going to help you. Over time, you'll be better at trading in real time. Don't just jump straight into it. That wouldn't make any sense. I wouldn't ask you to pilot a plane you've never flown. Let's say you've never flown before. You're not even a pilot. I'm not going to ask you to fly this plane for me first try and expect nothing but, perfection out of you. I'm going to expect some mistakes. I might even expect us to crash.
That's not very good, Josh.
But I'm just saying, like, that's a good analogy breakdown of how people react to, oh, I need to get into trading. All right, well, let me just instantly start taking more real-time trades. Yeah, okay, Mel. I've heard you say that before. All right, fam. Short day for me. Gonna take the kids to their doctor's appointment. I will see you all later. See you later, Daffy. Good short trade you made, man. No, Jack. No.
Amazon's still coming off that bounce that Josh mentioned, same with Tesla.
Like I said, possible buy reaction could be stepping in towards the extended hours low, even if it's just for a retest of the 90 EMA, and that scenario has completed. We'll see if they end up pulling back down now to make the new low of day, see if they have the strength. If making new low of day, can they break this area of potential demand? And if not, will the bounce hold? Can we get a bounce through today's open? So far, we're really just getting a footing, and this is very normal in price action, guys. Right at the open, we're getting a touch of resistance. They're going down, touching recent supports. This is very, very normal price action happening from the open. Is this a possible lead? Yes, you could grab one. I was honestly just kind of sticking to the level, so I didn't bother grabbing it. Because 9 EMA is right there, 412.60 is right there, previous day close. So even if I don't draw the elite test, which let's go ahead and see where it is. The drop to the catch. What do we got? It kind of lines up around where I'm looking. So I just don't want to leave all the fibs up there and it kind of screw me. At the fib 50%, good call out Mel. And also Jacob, like you see Mel calling it out too. You'll see other people kind of mention it too. So be on the lookout for that too. If Love Day cracks in TSN, look for 52 and 51.50 and 51 even as targets. Good looks, Ripcord. Posted a trade. Let me go see this. Yo, what's up, Shermie? My bad, I didn't see you join.
What's up, man?
I have that sound off because Discord noises give me a heart attack.
That's totally fair.
Yo, good stuff, Daffy. I just saw he got 27. I thought he only got 13% out of that. 27%? Insane. Which again, 13% is great, but over double that. Nice. Ooh, good trade, Creator Trades. I see you. Early in the day, but still very nice trade. Good job, Mel. Thank you for posting your entry and exit, Mel. I see some people were a little confused in some of your older posts, but I appreciate the easy post. Good, clean entry exit. Oh, yo, Evis, open this menu up. Click the setting symbol. Wait, actually, before I keep talking, let me find it. Yeah, I found it. Go to the setting symbol, click price axis. At the very bottom of your chart, click enable left axis, but make sure the check is off of that, and then click apply and OK. I can tell by your chart you have the left axis on, so it might actually make your chart a little bit easier to read if you have that off. But let's see what you did here. Bought 936, sold 958. Damn, so 22-minute trade. A little early of an entry, but I like your reasoning. You're on the 2 minutes, so it makes sense. So you like that it pulled back. So you got the earliest lead test of the day then, Evis, and you got it on the 2 minute. I also saw a couple other people mention the 2 and 3 minute at that same time. Great call out. I mean, a great trade review, Evis. 31.7%. That is massive. Insane job, Evis. I love this trade review. Very, very simple. Ooh, good job, Wag. Seeing the weakness, got out. Like it. Very bearish candle at the start of the day, which closed below PML and PDC. Price pushed back up into the golden pocket of that first candle, the 90 EMA 5 minute. Entered on a rising volume inverse hammer. Oh, I see where you entered. I was a little confused there. Good job, peoples. And guys, seriously, shout out to all of you. If you go to the YouTube channel, go to channels. I kind of designed this a little bit. So this is for people who are within my Discord, a member of this group, a member of my YouTube group. It doesn't matter where you're from, as long as you're part of me in some way, shape, or form. And you make a channel, you make videos. That's awesome. I'm going to be actually coming out with a small playlist that helps you guys not just set up how to record and upload your own videos, but also a better structure for you. Therefore, you can do it in an optimal format. But I've only been subboxing basically people that are within the community making these channels and really caring about the content they're creating. A lot of these guys have been doing so. So check out all these channels if you can. A lot of really cool content amongst them. Hopefully we add more channels into there though. I want to be the one group who has just like every other member posts videos, every other person in the community is ready to go posting their trade reviews visually, not just through a quick, oh, look at my circle entry and exit. Like I want to see videos of y'all's trades. Not live even. I'm just talking about for review. It doesn't always have to be a live recording.
Get into detail.
Yeah, get into detail in your review. Why'd you enter? Why'd you exit? What was your thought process? How did you feel? I mean, again, guys, you guys see it day in and day out. Oh, whoops, I'm scrolling everything.
Profit here.
Good luck, Sherman. But if you go to the trade results channel, this is where some of the best homework is. Going through here and just scrolling through people's trades, looking through a lot of their reasoning, seeing, oh, this is why they entered, this is why they exited. Was this a 40% entry? Was it an 80% entry? A lead test? Was it a buy the dip? What was it? What did they trade? And you can go through it and see it. But that's some of the greatest review ever. And then to also like expand even further than that and have people posting videos, it's just crazy. But hopefully we can keep motivating people to make their own reviews.
I was holding 412 pretty well.
You did miss one, Sinful. few of the members actually called it out. I was honestly letting you guys call that out. Who was the first one? Who was the first one that brought that up? I gotta scroll up again. One of you said it. Someone literally asked me, is this a lead test?
Jacob.
Was it Jacob? Alright, well, shout out to Jacob then. Good job, Geo. I got on going up later. Just caught that Tesla trade. I had double entry on live on OBS. Will be fun to review this one because I had voice on. Oh, good stuff, Shane. Drowning at work. Be careful, Sinful. And yeah, honestly, back to the discretionary sector, you can see they actually still defended that. They never came back down. They actually did take the 9 EMA. Now we'll see, honestly, off of the bottom of this, to the top of this potential dip, can they hold it for a potential buy the dip and keep continuing higher, or are they just going to fade that and continue lower again, retest low of day? Amazon did get a pop-off demand. They're rejecting supply right now. So, like I said, very normal reaction by price. We saw the same on SPY. Just not as evident. We'll see, though, if they make this new low of day and actually go test the previous day demand right here. If they crack extended hours low, which I don't normally watch, but today seems to be a good area if you combine where they were on Friday. New low of day made, ever so slightly. We'll see if they continue lower.
Apple hitting some previous day level. Give me a second. Previous day high. I mean, previous day close.
It's hitting something, I promise you.
Previous day close / pre-market high area. You got a double area of interest there.
Microsoft, larger pullback than Apple from open. By a lot.
Yeah, Apple's trying to push up compared to Microsoft.
AMD, Nvidia not looking too hot. Nvidia is weaker than AMD. What's up, Sherm? Oh, I was lacking at a Discord. That wasn't Sherm, that was me. Ha ha ha. Funny. Hey, I'm back. Haha, jokes.
Got kicked out?
Yeah. I'm over here like clowning Sherman like he's the one lagging and it was me. I got clapped.
We didn't say
instantly.
nothing about you in your absence.
Oh, you didn't? Good. I'm happy about that.
You could have heard what Cheryl said.
Anything you say behind me, you should be able to say to me.
He says you have dial-up internet.
Yeah, you got those kilobits per second, man.
Yo, relax. Don't let work get in the way of trading. Telling that to Sinful.
We was trying to make that new high.
Good job, Brady. He said 25% on this current lead test. And yeah, Evis, Peoples has been making amazing reviews lately. I've been enjoying them too. I think it's a great format for anybody to follow. For real, Jack, they're killing it. Netflix up 2% on the day.
I can't believe it blew through 330.
I'm proud of it. That 324 was key, man. We've been talking about that level every single day we look at it, really, for the past couple weeks. They just keep jump roping it. Today they jumped off it.
That's a pretty good example of like a setup taking a while to play out that like once it finally pops that level, it's like, oh yeah, sweet.
Ooh.
Netflix.
Good job, Mel. He said, did the lead test for 20%. Boss man. Good stuff, Mel. I'm very happy for you. You and Brady, and honestly, I can't even keep naming you all by name anymore because there's like literally like 5 or 6 or 7 of you that called it out within Discord or YouTube, got into it, traded on your own. I didn't push a single one of you to do that. That was all of y'all.
Y'all efficient.
All credit is to you. Again, what is the real result? Why are you getting these results though? Why are you guys getting these winning trades over and over? Is it because of random luck? No, it's because you guys have been thoroughly going through examples like this over and over for weeks on end. So it only makes sense that over time you'll inevitably find some profitable trades because you're limiting yourself more. You're not just jumping at every single candlestick. You're only jumping on the ones that actually look like they're kind of conforming to your normal setup. If it's anything outside of your parameters of what you want to look at or try to get into for a trade, then you don't need to be trading it. Good job to everybody. Anybody who called that lead test on their own, very happy for you. That's honestly what I want to start seeing is you guys calling them out. I shouldn't have to sit here and mark it for you every single time. Very happy to see some of you guys progress and post it on your own. All right, let's go through some of the equities and see if anything's moving again. I mean the sectors. So tech did get a short-term bounce from that demand that we showed, that we talked about, guys, that we all drew together. But we're at the 90 EMA and we're kind of at the top of it. So if we project from here, we make a new low of day. That's not looking good for tech. SPY will be seeing a very nasty red candle from that. If we can get over this area, hold on top, it's a very good sign for short-term bulls on SPY. So keep an eye on that. Tech did defend that short-term demand from previous day lows. So that's the area you also need to watch. Tech, healthcare, two largest sectors in a very similar position right now. Discretionary, same story, 146.80s, kind of a key area for a short-term direction on them. If you see a good pop off of it, Amazon, Tesla should be reflecting that. Financials did get a slow pullback. Nothing crazy though. Again, they're still above, or still kind of fighting previous day highs, previous day close area. That's what I would watch for control. Here I can highlight it for you too. Previous day high to previous day close. That's the key area for a financial chart. And then comms, honestly, still just consolidating. They haven't really moved much, so I wouldn't worry about them. And that is mainly due to the effect of Meta having a weak day, and you're having Netflix kill it today while Google's just kind of in between them. So that sector's getting really the mix of it all. Mr. Charlie said SPY might go under 200 EMA on the 5-minute. Great call out. Rainbow's watching for XLF to break down. Good looks. Wag said Goog new high of day at key level 106.90, 107 question mark. Looking for that Psych 107. I like it. 411 to 410.97 is your main target. Good looks, Rambo. And yeah, the heat map for the S&P 500 is all kinds of red and green. It looks like a Christmas tree right now. Be sure to drop a like on the stream if you guys are enjoying some of the updates, some of the information. Highly appreciate it. It helps out the channel. How was your weekend, Shermie?
Pretty good. My car is doing pretty good.
Hell yeah.
I've been working on a paper. All weekend. Not gonna lie. Friday was fun as fuck though.
Well, I'm sorry for asking. I won't make you talk about paperwork.
No. It's cool. Economic stuff, you know.
Yum. Love that.
Friday was fun. Had a party then, so. Do a painting.
Wow, really? Of what?
Rick and Morty.
Nice. Was it actually good or?
It was okay. I can show it in the chat later.
Okay,
take a picture.
Cool.
Actually, I think I have it on. I'll show it now. I have it on my phone somewhere.
Dude, yeah, show it. I'll show it on stream. We can roast you.
Yeah, you can. It's my first painting, so chill out.
So go hard on him. He thinks he's a pro. How do y'all feel about SPY volume? I said it a little bit earlier, but we have been seeing a decreasing monthly volume, so I'm not really surprised by that. So even if we do have an average volume day today, it really isn't anything impressive. So volume itself has already been lowering on the bigger side of things. Since open today, though, it honestly hasn't been that bad. I'm not going to lie. Everyone keeps saying low volume, and I don't understand why. We're actually not having that bad a volume this morning. I would say we have average volume at open. It's not anything impressive, or I'm not jumping out of my seat for it, but we also have CPI this week, so I'm not really surprised by that. I would say most of the interest this week is probably relaxing until Wednesday. A lot of your movement probably isn't going to happen until Wednesday or after Wednesday.
I was getting a little bit of buyer volume on the 10-minute. New 10-minute candle.
How can you figure out gain-loss percentage on TOS? What do you mean? Like from your trade? If you're talking about like from your trade log menu, you'd have to hit that little cog wheel at the top right of where your positions would be, and you can edit what's being displayed. If you're talking about the math behind it, I can help you with that. If you just find your entry or exit, I can help you with the math. Is this a potential BTD? No, because you just have really just one established low. We made a new low of day, so that kind of eliminates this being a low. So I would say you just have a short-term base, nothing crazy yet. And you don't really have a pop over the 9 EMA quite yet either. They got just an ever so slightly close over it with nothing really impressive volume-wise, so not really noting that. Still looking for a better close over, then you can look for a better potential reversal or a short-term reversal where you get that just halfway point pullback instead of the full high or low pullback. I would still say you're just still in a downtrend from open. You've rejected supply. We're going to see if we can hold this as demand or if they're going to test this, break it. I would honestly like them to see go all the way down to 411, test this. I'd love to see them come back up, test this, and then you can get a better sense of direction of them either trying to hold 411 or them trying to break 411 and potentially fade lower. But like I said, guys, pretty much everything direction-wise short-term is really dependent on XLK, short-term price action, XLV, short-term price action, and discretionary short-term price action, because all three of them are in very, very crucial areas of their charts. They also have financials at a very crucial spot of their chart. You also have comms just consolidating, not really getting any direction. But if they were to give a sense of direction, let's say they Google and Meta started following Netflix, or Netflix slowed down and started following Meta, then we'll actually have a good sense of direction, and this chart can actually start giving some effect to SPY. But being flat isn't doing anything. So SPY is just not moving too much because of the sectors. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a volume problem. It's really just the sectors and the fact that we have a lot of news popping up. Oh, Sherman, nice. Let's pull these up.
Oh, was you showing off my painting?
Yeah, I'm about to.
Mind you, I did have I did paint these while I was on I think my 5th drink. So
okay, I actually like this one a lot. I actually think this is really, really good. There's only one edit I have for this one,
what's that?
and I want to see if anybody else sees it. They're actually no, you actually drew Rick and Morty like perfectly. The only thing I see that is like not like, I don't know, like displayed of their characters, that I feel like this is Morty's emotion and this is Rick's emotion. Like their faces have each other's emotion almost. But it's funny because you drew them like perfectly. I actually think that's pretty good.
Yeah, I borrowed that one off of Pinterest. My friend told me like pick something off of there.
Oh, who drew these two? These two are pretty good.
Which one's the? Oh, those are my two friends, Christian and Margaret.
Yeah, those two are pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh no, Margaret did the Powerpuff Girl. The one who did Lisa was Selena.
That was pretty good. Pink Panther.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty fun.
That's pretty cool. Get a little drunk, see how good you are at art.
Alright.
That wasn't bad, I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting a lot worse, Sherman, when you first said it.
Oh, me too.
That was actually really good. Alcohol inspires transplant facial art.
Is that Taffy and Leland?
Bar raiser.
Next time I'll just paint actual candlesticks. Just do a drawing of SPY or something.
Sorry guys, I was just typing an update for everybody. But I said SPY so far just seeing a slight pullback from previous day supply to short-term demand between 411 to 411.60s. Key area below we may see tested. A hold-in rally can bring a retest of today's opening in 413s again. Again, pointing out both scenarios as quickly as I can, without being biased. Baba, possible 3-bar play on the 10-minute. Good call out. Sand Dollar. What's up, Jay? J.A., the other J. 50% lead test and rejection of the pre-market low. Beautiful call out on the 2-minute. Sorry. No need to be sorry. Great call out. Thank you for adding that on there. That's an update right there. And like, look how much you typed. You typed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things. 7 things, and you just gave me the most information without even actually looking at the chart. Great call outs, man. That is efficiency. That is an optimized update right there. Round of applause for Jay. That was beautiful. At first, you don't even realize it, too. You're like, damn, I did just compile a bunch of info into a little sentence.
Got about 2 minutes on our next 30-minute candle. This is in his pre-market low. Oh, it's right there above low a day.
Apple pulling back a little bit at the same time Microsoft was seeing a little bit as well. Amazon rejecting previous day supply so far. Like you said, Tesla cracking 170, previous day high, previous day close. Pulling away even farther from that 90 EMA. Google at 106.50 and the next level above 106. Currently rejecting. So we're getting a lot of good seller spots on some of the charts. Some charts are actually seeing breakdowns. Netflix doesn't really seem to care what's going on. We'll see if tech ends up holding this potential demand. Same for healthcare. Same for banks. I almost said fanks, trying to say financials and banks. Thank you. AMD trying to take Friday high again. Great call out, Jack. Possible 3-bar play on AMD. Look at you. Look at y'all. Both of you calling it out. Tesla back to 163. We shall see. Sean Johnson. Glad to have you in the stream. Tesla flush, good update, D-touch. CPI data Wednesday. Yes, sir, Sam Ram. We talked about that at the beginning of the stream. Really, really big deal. So, again, if you guys ever notice, like, oh, Monday and Tuesday are a little boring or consolidating or just not super exciting or any crazy amounts of volume are stepping in, that is most likely going to be the cause. A lot of the bigger money sitting on the sidelines, or a lot of the majority of the money really just waiting for that catalyst to come out so they can really feel the relief of really the drop or the bounce. It doesn't matter which direction, but they're going to be safe until that bigger move happens. So we shall see. Of course, we still have PPI on Thursday. You end up having consumer sentiment on Friday. So there's a lot of news this week. Very, very important as well for the Fed as they try to gauge to be aggressive or not as aggressive moving forward on rate hikes. Good post, Wag. I see you posted in the YouTube server as well. Good stuff, man. I appreciate that. First hour of the market. How's everyone doing? Who's all still awake? Who's all still here? What stocks you guys watching? Have you traded yet? If not, awesome. Again, we're not one of those communities where you're like, oh, you have to trade every day. No. Trade when you're comfortable. Trade when you see the entry that you've practiced on so much pops up. 2 out of 2 creator trades. I'd love to hear it, man. I know how much you've been analyzing, reviewing, visualizing. Here every single day, every single week. A Kimbo lead test? Oh, man. Hold up, pin that.
Real ones now.
A Kimbo lead test. That's a beautiful way of putting that. And if you go for the third, it's a hat trick. Watching and waiting. I love it, Dan. You're in meta puts. Actually, I haven't checked the meta as much today. I know they're consolidating. Yeah, they ever since they had that nasty dip and then they built that base from Friday, that's like the new defense levels, basically 230, 229, 80s. So that's kind of where you need to see meta dip under for a bigger fade to happen. But nice pullback from their high of day so far, though. Good looks, Muhammad. Missed that entry. Good stuff. Remember, no need to take more trades. You've already won. Great advice by Leland himself. Looking for this intraday price action SPY. Good looks, Jacob. Just kind of seeing where you're all at. If you're trading, don't even bother answering. If the setup is there, go for it, but no need to rush or force. 100%. Prefer swings only, not comfortable in day trades, lost many times. Totally fine, Sam Ram. I mean, everybody's different, man. There's a billion different people who trade. There's a billion different styles to it, man. And never feel pressured by anybody either. You're never going to hear us go, oh, no, Sam, that's stupid. Go day trade. No, more power to you.
Yeah, whatever system works for you.
3 out of 3 futures done for day. Beautiful job, Jay. Round of applause for you, man. Very happy for you. John writing up his trade review right now. Jacob on the nice call out saying a little bit of rising seller volume. Makes sense too as we've approached a very big key area. Almost got a little rounding look to him. And I'm not the biggest pattern guy, but we do have a little bit of a falling wedge looking here until we either make that new low or we can get a good pop off this potential demand from previous day. Jacob said, waiting for a close below 200 EMA. Good looks, Jacob. Lowering volume on SPY 10-minute into the supply and demand zone. Good looks, Evis. Zooming out to that bigger time frame. Taking last week's advice of zooming out as much as you can. Watching to play the possible triple Q bounce 321, 320 area. Good looks, Alexis. Only 2 likes away from 100 likes. Can you guys drop another like on the stream? Or a like on the stream, I should say. Can't drop 2. Thanks, Bueller, Devin, and Sherman for the stream. Had one good trade for the day. Hope y'all make bank. Let's see what you did here. Ooh. Love the hard work, Fantastic John. Love the mindset.
Very nice.
Very, very nice. Ooh, Rowdy with a clean trade result. I love seeing Rowdy's name pop up. Geo with the lead test post. Lee then said, y'all are wild with this lead test thing. Ah, good job. She loves Gunna. Good post. Good job, Sherman. Oh, shit. Sherman's in the voice chat.
Thank you.
I am number 100. Hey Josh, are there ways on bigger time frames or otherwise that could indicate possibility of a choppy day like today? Well, David, have you zoomed out to the daily time frame today? The daily time frame? I'm sorry if I said that too fast. One thing news-wise too is just seeing what news is for the week, David, but that's always going to happen. For right now, as the Fed is gauging inflation. You're on it? Okay, I'll go to it with you. All right, so do you see how we opened lower? Or I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Do you see how we opened just a hair higher? And at the end of the members video, I actually kind of talked about this a little bit more in depth. So make sure you go to that. It was a little bit long of a video, but it got all my points across. Open a little higher, yes. All right, so we got the open higher. So instantly, what should this tell us? That we have two things to do. We're either going to crack that previous day high, or we're going to come back down below that previous day close. That instantly tells me that, right? So that's already kind of setting the stage for what's my initial range for the day, right? I think we can both agree on that. Makes sense. If I start here, I have to watch this and this. If I start here, I have to watch this and this. If I start here, I have to watch this and whatever the halfway point is. Whatever's closest, whatever the very next crucial level is, you got to watch, right? So that initially should tell you your initial range, right? So let's mark those. I'm going to add that high, and I'm going to add that close from previous day. Let's go to the 5 minute. So first, 5, 10, 15 minutes. We really don't trade the first 10, so that's why I'm just going to ignore that. I'm not going to expect you to trade the first 10 if I don't even like to trade the first 10. So we end up getting a crack the next 10 minutes, finally, rising volume, so that finally have a decisive close under and a more real decisive close under with bears, right? So we're going to take all of our information off of that, right? So you said choppy day, and I honestly don't see it like that. I don't see it as a choppy day. I just see us taking a very short term. If you go back to that default chart, I really just see us testing from short-term supply to short-term demand. That's really all we've done so far today. So I really can't say choppy. It's only been a little over an hour. So it's not really fair to call it that. But two, what I was getting at with that daily time frame is that can help you get an initial plan for, all right, what's instantly important for me to watch when I do go down to that smaller time frame. Again, because you're talking about how can you see possible chop or not, and if it does stay in that range, well, then you know not to trade, because why trade anything between this area and this area, or this area and this area, if it's not, a very large range, it's not a favorable enough size for you to take these trades, right? So if the range is not a favorable size, that can also be a cause of concern for, all right, maybe I not trade as much today, or maybe I trade with less today. Be a little bit more on the light side, if that makes sense. Tesla broke PML retest. Great call out by official Jacob. Love the updates, man. Keep them coming. Love your hard work. No problem, David. And that's honestly what I was talking about at the end of that members video, is really kind of telling the story. And I think Creator Trades had similar questions too. It's not something you just instantly pick up on. It's something you're going to have to work with and progress with over time. Viewing that bigger time frame, zooming down to the smaller time frame, seeing how effective what information you grab from that bigger time frame helps you out. Then said, can we just Burj Khalifa already? Love the maturity in here, though, guys. Seriously, round of applause to each and every one of you. I love the questions. I love the answering. I love the fact that a lot of you guys are helping each other out. Love the updates. Love the non-bias. Everybody going in there posting the reviews as soon as they're done trading. This is what a real community does. All right, let's see what we get here. We are getting that short-term bounce from demand as expected. Oop, I almost posted in the wrong channel. Yo, good job, Shane. Hi, Mom. Terrible entry by myself for this. It was really this hi, Mom gets me. Held through my trend scout for the next leg down on this falling wedge. Decent profit on exit. Never going to be mad at plus 20%. Caught this one live as well. OBS is a bless to be reviewing. Good stuff, Shane. I love that you're taking advantage of that. And yeah, I'll work on that playlist this week, because I probably need to make like 2, 3, 4 different videos. I'll get them all in one playlist, and then I'll release it all as a whole to y'all. I won't just release it one by one. I want it to all come out as one. Would the most passive entry for this potential wedge be a close and hold above the 9 EMA 5-minute? Yes. And honestly, you'd really like to see a retest. That's why I really don't like calling out patterns, because what I see is this. What I see is this. Someone on the 10 or 15 minute might see as something completely different. They might be seeing a bearish retest while I'm seeing a potential bullish reaction. So that's another reason why I don't like to call out patterns, because not everyone's looking at the 5 minute. There's people on the 10, 15, 4 hour, the hourly. Everybody's seeing different. But yes, you would like to see the break. And then honestly, if you want to go from the move that pushes here, like this one, honestly, watch for the retest of the 9 or your 50 in golden pocket. That's also another really good way of seeing that too. Good question though. Cybersecurity pumping today. Zscale and FTNT. Good luck, Sam Ram. Damn, yeah, they're above 100 with room. %21% on the day. That's wild. Tesla cracking under 170, possibly retesting right now, as Jacob said a few moments ago. They have a little bit of room to their 5-minute 9 EMA above them. We'll see if they want to go smack that first, or maybe even retest 170.79 again. If not, then we will be seeing a fade lower and possibly a new low day on Tesla soon. Amazon back in previous day supply. Nvidia back into the high of day. Microsoft still just grinding lower very slowly. AMD grinding higher. Apple still in range. And SPY bouncing off supports. That's another thing too, David. I don't add into that advice enough too. Everyone is always like, well, how do you tell, choppiness? It's the sectors too. Like let's say all of my biggest sectors are trading in a range. What can I expect SPY to be doing? Trading in a range. Right, so that's another thing too, is just checking the movement on a lot of your weights. If you know tech is your largest sector, healthcare, discretionary, financials, comms are really big, and most of those are moving higher, but tech and maybe healthcare are moving lower. That's going to be reflected on SPY, and you might even be seeing a slight, just slow red day. So that's also another thing, is it's not always about SPY's price action. Sometimes it might also be the pace of the sell-off of the sectors as a whole, or even the rally of them as a whole. So the pace of that too. So let's say they're rallying very slowly. They're doing just slow grind ups. That's going to be reflected very heavily on SPY. So that's also another thing to take into account. Sectors, which we love talking about in here because they're so important. I feel like they're easy to follow. You might not have the greatest ideas of like, oh, I need to buy calls here right now because this is down, blah, blah, blah. No, but it does give you a way better sense of direction. It gives you way more awareness. And honestly, you have way better intuition when it comes to reading the chart's price action, because you understand the movement behind what's moving SPY. Good review of yourself, Andy. I just finished reading that. See you later, Geo. Be safe. Shane is legend, Mark. I agree. Sitting at 9 EMA, 9 SMA on 10-minute, 2-minute chart, looking bullish. NVIDIA moving to daily high. TSN coming up on last targets. Good job, Ripcord, on that slow grind down. Love it. The Tyson pullback is all yours. Triple Q key level for short-term reversal. To the upside is the close and hold above 322. Good looks, Alexis. Caught the end of your discussion on sectors. Thank you, Josh, for reminding catch up. No problem, David. Thank you for taking time to go back. Looks like a 3-bar play may set up on SPY. We shall see. An expected short-term bounce at demand makes sense to me. About an hour and 20 minutes in, just about, we have used about 17% of volume, so really nothing impressive. Not super low, but really nothing to note. Back above 9 EMA with a little bit of room now. See if they can go smack 412.60 at least. And if they get past 412.60, we should see a test of today's open, maybe even that supply area that we rejected from on SPY. AMD fulfillment of a 4-bar play in the 10-minute. Great call out, Sandollar. NVIDIA trying to work its way to previous day close. Great call out, E. So much information in such little text. I love it. Tesla confirmed that it's building a new crash test. Hold up, dude. A new crash test lab. They typed it weird. In Austin, Texas, to further improve the passive safety of its electric vehicles. Oh, man. I just look up and I saw the memes that were posted. Pump it. Bumpy.
So that's on Netflix's right now.
Yeah, that's Netflix. As they just penetrated 2.5% again. They really went all the way up from 324 to 331. That amazes me. That's the only 2 levels I had on that chart for the day.
They just did it. They knew.
English is very hard. Hey, Charlie Fine Peoples. Is it Pep-Ols or Peoples? 1 or 2? And if both of those are wrong, just give me a 3.
The poll is
Peoples. Okay.
It's a nice way to pronounce.
I won't forget it now, though. Peoples.
Emphasis on the first part.
Is this going to be on the end of term exam?
E-polls.
No
Like,
trades
if
for
you're on
me
a poll,
today.
Spy 10-minute can set up a 3-bar play. You got a while to wait, but set up thing. Coming off that support area like Josh mentioned, 1 to 10 minute. That'd be nice.
Crater trades. Don't say that, King Carnage. Review, man, review. And right now, if you're feeling frustrated, go take a break. Come back and review when you have the energy. It's impossible to review effectively when you're frustrated or you just feel out of it. Not even frustrated, just feel out of energy.
Google getting a steady push up, and Meta's almost back at that pre-market high.
Yeah, XLC should be kicking ass then. Yeah, new high day, XLC.
And Netflix hit that new bigger time, or that next bigger time frame level at 331.50.
Tech's still struggling in that demand, but they are still holding it. Healthcare got a very, very nice bounce from that demand. Discretionary got a good bounce from that 146.89. Again, guys, we talked about this. What did we talk about today? We talked about the weights. What was going to give us a sense of direction? The weights. A lot of them dipped down, got a little bit of a good support catch, and now we're getting a little bounce. How is that being reflected on SPY? We got a little bit of a bounce, but we aren't really going anywhere crazily, right? Because nothing's really exited range. Nothing's really pushing aggressively. Good morning, Anna J. Glad to see you. SPY 10-minute over the 9 EMA. Good look, Evis. Basically, when we were making lower lows and lower highs, we broke out of that trend and held on top of the most recent lower high, targeting the lower high before that one. Yes, Brady, you were on it. Very hard way to put that out loud. You know, rereading that fast doesn't make sense when you say it fast, but no, you're 100% on it, Brady. That is exactly how you're supposed to be reading that. Beautiful work, man. I can tell just by that description alone, you've been reviewing charts over and over and over a ton. What's up, Shaq? It depends, peoples. Really, it really does depend on your... I don't have a funded account. That's something Devin's doing. But either way, regardless of, you know, what kind of account you're going towards, you have to limit yourself. If all this practice you've been doing, peoples, if you're going to go through all this practice, and then let's say you start that account, and then the very first couple trades you take, and none of them make sense compared to how you've been trading, then you don't need to be doing that, because clearly you're not in control of your emotions. But if you end up getting into that account, try to focus on taking the exact types of trades that you've been taking, that you've been practicing, that you've been getting comfortable with, that you feel confident in. Don't try to find different random entries that you just want to get into because you want to be in a trade. This is something a lot of people do, and I'm just saying it just for your protection. But if you do end up doing an account, regardless of doing the funded account or not, I hope you do stick to your limited entries, the things you've been practicing on so much in some of your videos inside of the chat, and give yourself more time even. You know, what's the point of jumping into account next week if you still feel you're a little shaky, you know? So maybe give yourself a little bit of time. You said after this month's performance, so if you still feel you're a little shaky, give yourself more time. There's no need to press it, right? So up to you. But I think anybody could do it as long as they stay focused, disciplined, and they focus on what they worked up to that point. Because if you instantly get to that account and then you throw everything out of the book that you've been working on, then what's the point, you know? You're just doing what everyone else is doing and guessing. So limit yourself. Focus on what you've been practicing. I think it's a great idea if you can do that.
I think they get a lot of negative hate on Twitter, and I'm not sure why so many people hate on funded account programs. Because even as as somebody that I have a TD Ameritrade account as well, that I trade regular options, but I traded regular SPY for almost 2 to 3 years. And with futures, you can trade SPY, catch those pre-market moves that you can't catch otherwise. And I don't know, the ability to study as a new trader. Like, let's say you're a young kid, right? You don't have a whole lot of money, but you got enough for maybe a course and get your studying in and X, Y, and Z. And you study for 3, 6, 8 months or whatever, then you go and get a funded account. Even if the first one you get funded, you trade for 2, 3 months, then you go and blow it up, or you trade for 2 weeks and blow it up. It's all right, because you can go and retake and repass that evaluation and get refunded fairly efficiently, as long as your strategy is there. And every time you break that rule, it'll be a learning lesson. And, if you break your rule and you made $7,000 and you break your rule and you cash your account out, guess what? You still made money. You know what I mean? If you hit your max stop loss and, they cash you out, you're still going to make money. And that's going to, still help you be able to progress. So I think they're a great tool, especially for new traders.
Thank you, Andy. You said, also, Bueller Trading, I really do appreciate your daily watch list. I've been making money off of it for the last 2 weeks, and it has led to a flawless month thus far. I hope you continue on that streak, Andy. Keep limiting yourself in the same exact way I was telling people. Stick to what you've been practicing. I love that the levels have been helping you out, Andy. I'm very happy to hear that. I hope others follow your example. Must be dreaming. Let's see if they can break this lower high trend on XLK. That's really what's holding down bulls right now, is tech. Not moving higher yet. Lower highs on discretionary. Staples pulled back more energy in a range.
We're about to get the new 30-minute candle and 10-minute candle. 3 bars still in play on SPY 10-minute. So we'll see what happens here.
And yeah, SPY 30-minute really just reflecting what we've been saying this morning, guys. Rejecting supply, catching on demand. We're perfectly in between both from previous day. Again, I got both those in the 5-minute this morning. We drew those together. Showed y'all exactly how I got them. Actually, we drew these on Friday. I forgot, at the end of the stream, I drew those at the end of the stream. Anyone here know how to make Weeble scripts? I was looking at script to make BB levels for Weeble. I think there is already a BB levels indicator for Weeble. I'd have to go find it, but let's see.
NVIDIA had a nice push and looked for like a 3-bar play as well. Watch out for NVIDIA to 3-bar play through pre-market high and yesterday high.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it, Lilit. It's been a long time.
By trying to play out that 3-bar play and pop over that previous high.
One of y'all just need to become a musician and then make me a bunch of free music. That's what really needs to happen here.
Get that DJ Bueller going. The video trying to play out his 3-bar play as well. Meta can have one as well on the 10-minute. See if we're gonna reject her. We're gonna get going here. Bank's coming up a little bit.
Which one, Jack? There's already a few that went by. My bad. I'm still trying to find this thing. Okay, here it is. Finally. Here you go, lit. It's lit. Here you go. That's the BB system. That does not get the daily time frame though, lit. You have to go grab those yourself. The emerging candles again. So it gets just the intraday levels, just so you know.
Devin's call out on video working out very nicely. Y'all are in that.
Didn't bet that yesterday high.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Wait, what'd y'all say? What are y'all on?
In the video.
Y'all are in puts getting wrecked right now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It just hit the top of previous day supply. See if it can crack 287.55.
Yeah, it just had a 3-bar play on the 10-minute play out to get through those levels right now.
Oh, look, this is literally the topic we talked about Friday. Devin just said 4-bar play or 3-bar play in the 10-minute, but on the 5, it just looks like a bull flag. Another good example of the different time frames showing two different signals.
Huh.
Good job though, Devin, on the call out. Good job, Shermy.
Oh, I didn't do nothing. I just
Good job, Shermy.
updated.
Good job, Shermy. It's all Shermy,
okay.
man. It's the hair.
Okay, I'll take it.
The hair, bud. The hair.
Thank you, boss.
I only really see SPY get through 412.86 now. Now that we're just chilling right below here.
What's Papa Sherm up to today?
He's working in office next to me, so
Oh.
Yeah.
He's in the stream.
Handling. I don't think he's taking any trades today. I didn't hear no entry. Yeah, I can hear the ding sometimes.
I didn't hear no bell ring. That's funny.
I'll be in the room next to his office, and then I'll hear a ding. I'm like, "What'd you enter?"
What are we traded?
That's pretty cool.
It's not even that I'm copying him. It's not even that I'm copying him. I just want to know.
I want to watch it with him so I can make fun of him.
And kind of like he's pretty he's like me. He gets small percentages, but he gets base hits. He'll get 5, 6, 7% very consistently.
I like how you asked that. Sherm's dad, Z Morris. Yo, chill. Zach might be watching, Driz. Zach is an adamant watcher of this channel. Dude, for real, I think that's cool. You like not even the fact you talk to your dad about trading, like the fact he's like literally in the like same conversation level as you. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, I'll teach him a thing here or there. You know, like it takes a lot. Like say runners, I keep telling him to keep a runner, but he likes to lock in his profits
Oh,
more
I
than
don't
not.
blame him. I'm the same
And also,
way.
he also doesn't want the distraction anymore. You know, it's like that's the price you pay. That's how I see it.
That's how I like to look at it too. Just in out. I don't have to worry about it. Just worry about the next one now. Don't have to worry about
Yeah,
runners. Just in and out. Clean cut.
yeah, and he's already doing his real day job, so you know what? I don't blame him for. If he gets 10 and sells 10, I'm like that's fine, in that sense, you know,
Yeah, like, who
because you're not
cares?
gonna keep.
Like now you don't have to stress.
I mean, it just goes back to realistic trading. You don't have to make $120,000-$130,000 every day. You know, if you can make consistent 300, 400, $700 every day, like you can be balling. Like that's good money.
And not even that much. You can make even less than that too, and still
Yeah,
do
less
really,
than
really
that.
well.
Yeah, like
Like
a couple
100 to 200 a
$100.
day is
Yeah,
fucking crazy.
yeah.
And that
I like the
that's
time
what blows
aspect of
people's
it.
mind. Exactly, the time aspect.
Get closer to that 412.86 as we got a minute 30 left on this 10-minute candle. And the 3-bar play does look like it's trying to hold on Nvidia and SPY so far.
Come on, give me 288.
Yes, trying to hit that yesterday high. Come on. Mhm. 20 seconds left.
Yo, it's J Dun's birthday.
Nice. He seems like a pretty solid dude.
J Dun is a pretty solid dude. There's only a few traders I actually give any respect towards anymore, and he would definitely be one of them. And not no stress. Volume pop, please. Yeah, Evis. I need some more dreaming in my life. Don't we all? Don't we all?
Close enough.
Here, I got you, Eric, since you asked so nicely. Blast
screw it,
the
I'll take it here.
speakers. Are you sure? I'm about to play Must Be Dreaming.
Taking it.
I'm just messing with you.
He's about to launch the market. Apple is at pre-market high. Meta's there too. Amazon pre-market high yesterday high. Tesla got over that yesterday high. Let's see. Nvidia hitting 288. That's a good spot to size out, like the Sherm just did.
Yeah, I'll tell you all the percentage in a minute.
11. I don't know. I'm just messing with you.
How'd you know?
I mean, you're not that far off. 13.
13. Damn, I was gonna go lower for some reason.
Hey, listen, I'm good. I'm not that bad.
I'm good for 12, man. Hold me for that.
Short term last 2-minute candle had pretty good, decent buyer volume. We'll see what we can do if we can get through 412.86. Netflix coming off the 90 MA on the 10-minute / the 330 bigger time frame level.
Nah, chef, I'm chilling today. about you? Oh, you said you just got here. That's a stupid question. I'll shut up.
I woke up bot calls, but I just got here.
Woke up, made 80K, went back to sleep.
All right, we're right at that 412.86 midpoint of pre-market high to pre-market low. Pretty good pivot point. And it's also about, the opening price. So we'll see if we can get through here. Pretty big spot. Harrison, you don't work today? Nice. It means we're playing games.
I told you, Leland. Where'd you think I found the Spotify playlist? I got it from Janet. Janet Yellen. Janet Yellen. Alright, we're still seeing Tesla try to take back 170.80. Google's still holding pretty well. I like where Meta's holding high or low. I like that Netflix did test 9 EMA, gave themselves a little bit of consolidation, because now they actually have the energy to potentially move higher without being called parabolic. I'm really just more involved with these sector charts. As you guys can see, tech holding a base build off of that potential demand, building out of it. Very good sign that bulls are back in. Healthcare did the same. We already talked about that. And we talked about discretionary, possibly trying to defend 146.80s. All three of those lined up. You also saw financials bounce off demand. So really good sense of direction, even with everything not really giving you that sense of direction at the same time. So again, guys, sectors. We talk about this every day in stream. I really do hope you guys utilize the information I provide. It is definitely very helpful. It's just nice to have awareness. It's not even about like, oh, this will help me make $1 billion. Like, it's just nice to be aware. Who doesn't like having their eyes open, right? Can you send that watch list? I would love to send that watch list, Julian. Give me 5 seconds. Wait. Yeah, share. Here we go. Share. Here you go, pal. AMD took me 55% gains on my call scalps. 91.29 break is the key for AMD. Great job, Sandala. Round of applause to you. John said, also feeling like you're out of the loop or confused is a terrible. Yeah, it's not even, again, I'm glad you made that point, because again, it's not even about like, oh, making or missing money or missing out. It's just the terrible feeling of like, why do I feel like I'm 60 candles behind everybody else? Why do I feel like I'm like 10 minutes behind everyone? Like, it can be frustrating. Awareness is everything. In life and the stock market, it's a great feeling to be even just somewhat aware, even if you're still unsure about certain things, like where are we going? Well, at least you know what's happened and what's possibly moving us. You know, that's 10 times more than what the average person would know. So I really do believe it's that crucial to understand the sectors, why they're important, when they're moving, what can you possibly look for on your SPY chart. You know, it's insane. A majority of people do not understand them. It's not even understanding them. I would honestly say most people don't even recognize them. They understand SPY. Maybe even most of them understand that there are sectors, but they don't ever go back and actually thoroughly look through them. You know, whether it's for intraday, you know, what we're doing right now, short-term information, or jumping out to your bigger time frames for your longer-term price action information. That's totally fine. You know, either or. Did Leland post his 2,000% gain yet? No, not yet. Not yet. You might not see that from him today, actually. But that's not his fault. The trend trick? Are you talking about, like, the trend chart? Like the tick chart, trend chart, ADD, all that? I have used them in the past, Julian, and actually in the Keys channel, if you're in the Discord, I think there's even super old info on them. But regardless of that, I honestly don't use that anymore. They are really cool charts. I even think they're great for information. Again, kind of like what I was adding on with the sector. I wouldn't say they're as important, but I would say they are important because it's just, again, it's more information. How does that hurt, right? Because it is cool looking through those, and it's like, oh, okay, this is how much of this we have. This is how much of that we have. And it's like, okay, well, this is what kind of day we're having then. But yeah, okay, so yeah, you're on it then. Good information, though. Good job, though, looking around, because, yeah, trend, tick, ADD, what's the other one? There's a fourth one. It's like Volks or something with a Q. There's a few others that are pretty important. Well, let's get a list of those, honestly, because there's a bunch of those that are, like, kind of weird that aren't really useful, and then there's, like, a huge list of them that are actually pretty useful. Keyvol, I think. I used to follow one that was like, because you can actually, and this is like a whole nother, I'm about to expand y'all's brains on this one. Y'all can actually type in all kinds of crazy tickers. Like if, let's say I wanted to watch a combination of Apple and Microsoft, you could actually type in Apple, then you type in the amount it weighs, like let's say 1.5, and then you type in, I think it's like comma or something. I'd have to go look, but then you type in Google, how much it weighs, let's say 1.5. Again, these are just examples. And then you keep going, and then technically you can combine them, and you can actually make your own little ETF charts if you wanted. I'd have to go relook it back up and see what exactly you typed to do it, but I used to follow all that kind of stuff like a little nerd. Let me see if I can find it. Let me close this and this so I can actually see what I'm doing.
I do remember seeing that long ticker a while back in the chat.
Yeah, that was me tinkering with. Honestly, I thought it was kind of cool. I think it's kind of interesting you can even do that. I'm going through all of my charts because I don't remember which one it's in. No, those are the bonds. These used to be my faves. I need to delete that list. That's a super old list. I had like cybersecurity stocks on there and everything. Clean energy. That's not what I wanted.
Do I remember after the election, like everyone was trying to get into that clean energy too?
Yeah, I think that's actually when I made that. I think I made a bunch of watch lists for if Trump won, and I made a bunch of watch lists if Biden won, and both of them actually did pretty good, both the watch lists I made. Because yeah, I was pretty bullish just in general on energy if Biden won. Okay, I don't remember it. I'll have to go find it later, and I'll show you guys a different day. But we'll go over that. It is pretty interesting. Combining different tickers and stuff. No, sorry, Jacko, we can't. I just saw your question. All right, guys, so we have a potential lower high from today's open from supply, so possibly seeing another pullback if we can crack the 90 man the 5, and then if you switch over to the 10, if we can crack under that, you'll see a larger pullback back down towards today's low and possible see this demand tested again. If not, we end up holding a good retracement, which again, if you go from this high to this, or from that low to this high, and we can hold this area, we could also get a good short-term bounce back towards this area, which then you can look back towards the previous day high, possibly see the supply get tested again. We are getting that pullback right now. I think, honestly, a lot of people are just waiting on the sidelines for Wednesday. I do think we'll get a bigger move tomorrow, though, leading into the next day. So that is some big info to take away. On the bigger time frame side of things... Whoops, I'm on the wrong chart. You guys can see we've really just kind of opened and then moved to the right. We haven't really actually dropped much or risen much. We're just kind of still sitting here. So possibly seeing a lot of volume left in the tank for the end of the day to see a bigger move. I would keep that in mind. Maybe there is a bigger mid of the day move or end of the day move. So keep an eye on that. Last 2 hours of the day lately, we have been seeing a lot more rapid aggressive moves. So keep an eye on the last 2 hours of the day. But bigger time frame side of things, all we've really done is really just move to the right, and we're still holding over the 9 EMA. We're still holding over the halfway point of previous day, so it's still a really, really good sign. Which, let me delete these levels so you guys aren't pissed off at me when I reshare those later. Actually, I left those. Okay, yeah, we'll leave those. Again, so kind of going into tomorrow and end of day today, what we're focused on is, let me get this chart ready for you. What we're focused on is really to see, can the previous day high and today's kind of meet a price action, the close to the high of yesterday, can that break for us to reach this area? Or will we continue to reject and move towards the 9 EMA and possibly 410? That's essentially the game plan for the rest of the day. But I am going to end the stream there. I hope a lot of you guys got a lot of good updates and information out of today. I was very talkative, very energetic, so hopefully a lot of you guys were in with me today. Hopefully tomorrow can be a little bit more exciting of an open. But overall, again, guys, I would not complain. Today was still a very, very beautiful, so far. Again, there's still plenty of time left in the day. But so far, the price action has been very clean. It has made sense. We've pulled back from supply, we've held demand, and now we're just kind of in the range, just kind of getting our footing. Where are we possibly going to go? But I'll see you guys later on. I do appreciate the hefty amount of support. Love you all. Again, I hope to see you guys in the Discord, catch more updates. There's a lot of people in there right now dropping updates, so... hopefully y'all are in there. If you don't have an invite to it, I'll send one right now. This is the link to the Discord, the main Discord. But I'll see you guys later on. Appreciate you. Have a lovely rest of your day.